Critter child's bed from IKEA with the underleg mattress. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Clueless Dad. Today we're going to assemble a child's bed from IKEA. This is the Critter with the underleg mattress. This is in their 3 to 7 year old range, and it is 160 centimeters long and 70 centimeters wide. So anyway, let me get started assembling, and I'll continue to do some voiceover as we go. Okay, so here we are with the various pieces of the Critter. So we have the headboard in there along with the foot of the bed. We have the side rails in the long skinny one. We have the slats that go underneath. That's the Leroy. Here's our underleg foam mattress. And this is actually our VIKARE safety bar that goes on the side of the bed. And you can actually order this separately. In this case, it actually comes with the bed together, and there's all kinds of instructions on how to install that correctly, so check back for that because it's a very important thing for safety to do it correctly. Also, there's lots of screws to put in the side rail, so I suggest you get some electric help if possible. Okay, let's get started. 3, 2, 1, go. So as you can see, I am in a new location. I've in fact moved to a new apartment here in Hong Kong. And it's actually in the same building as my old apartment. It's just a couple floors up. And yes, we do have access to the roof, so should be pretty exciting. I'm going to do a lot of assembly videos for all this IKEA stuff I just had delivered today. A new couch, some new cabinets, etc. So stay tuned for those. But today we're just going to talk about the Critter and its mattress, the underleg. So let's talk about the Critter in a little bit more detail. So this is not the most simple bed that they have, not the cheapest one, but it's like one level up. It's painted, it has a little bit of decoration on it, but it's still pretty reasonable. In Hong Kong, it sells for 899 Hong Kong dollars, including the slats, the Leroy slats. That comes out to be about 115 US, but in fact, in the United States, it's actually only $89 with the slats. So for some reason, they mark it up quite a bit to bring it over here, but anyway, so it's still pretty reasonable even at those prices. So let's put that together, and then we'll also put on the underleg mattress, which is a foam mattress. I think that's the only one. That's actually this one. I think that's the only one that IKEA sells for this age range and size. I know for like the baby cots, they have different types, and obviously for adult mattresses, they've got a bajillion types. But for this age kid, there's only the underleg, which in Hong Kong sells for $590, which is like 60 something dollars. But in the US, it sells for only $50. So again, marked up. IKEA also makes a number of expandable beds, which are basically like full width beds that have a couple different lengths that you can basically extend the frame to, and you can get this mattress which has like extra leg pieces which can extend it out as well. But those are a lot more expensive and also quite wide. So this bed is only 70. I think the extendable one is 90 centimeters. So it's basically way big for like a 3-year-old kid. And that thing can literally, because like 90 centimeters is the width of a like adult size twin mattress. So in fact, your kid could basically use this bed, you know, up until he graduates and goes to college, and or after that too. Depends on your kid, right? So anyway, I thought, you know, my kid's only 3 now. I don't think he needs the same bed for another 15 years. And also I know I'm definitely going to be moving well before that, multiple times. So having a smaller bed, probably fine for quite a while. And then again, I have the second kid coming along. So if this first kid gets too big, I can obviously hand it down to the second kid who has a nice 2.5 year age gap. Okay, so here you are with the Critter bed in all its glory, except it's missing this. This is the VIKARE side safety rail, whatever you want to call it. So actually the one that I had out before is an extra one that I bought. This is the one that's actually in the box. So here you can see it in place. It just basically goes on there, and then you tighten the bottom set of bolts and nuts to hold it in. But it's very important that you get the position right, and they even print and stick on the safety information. And there's a few critical things to know before you put this on. So first of all, you want to make sure that it is all the way up against the headboard. There's no gap there where a kid could get stuck. And then the space down at the bottom here should be a minimum of 230 millimeters, so 23 centimeters. And if it's an IKEA bed that has kind of a cutout don't use this thing because there's enough space where someone could get stuck. Hopefully not their neck, but even if it was like a limb. And then also only use it on the beds that have a width of, I think, 18 to 25 millimeters. So this is actually adjustable. There's a rubber bumper there. But there's a bunch of different IKEA beds that this could work with, and some that it could probably get shoved on but shouldn't be used with. So anyway, that's another warning there. And then also make sure that you're not using this on anything that's too high off the ground. So I guess don't use this one on any of the like lofted beds, because it can get like knocked up. If this isn't tight, it can come off. So yeah, I guess only use it if the fall is not going to be too dangerous. So here you can see the side rail is in place and it's pushed all the way up to the headboard. That's important, so there's no gap for your kid's head to be stuck in, of course. But the problem is there's a really wide gap down here. And my kid is only about 1 meter tall. He's 3.5. So his legs, if his head is up by a pillow, his legs are going to stop, pretty far up here. And so what I'm worried about is he does tend to toss and turn and like get up in his sleep and whatnot. So I'm worried that he might end up down here and still roll out of bed. So that's actually the reason why I bought an extra of the side rail, because I was like, well, maybe I have to actually cover the whole thing with the side rail. The problem is that this is actually slightly more than half the length. So the problem is you can't fit 2 of them on here. So what I will probably end up having to do, if I do this, so maybe we'll test it out 1 or 2 nights without it, but if it's still a problem, I'm actually going to install the second one, and I probably have to cut it short to get it to fit. So IKEA might not be too happy about that, but then again, I don't know why they made it so short. Like, it could totally go down to here at least to be safe. The kid can crawl down here and jump out, or he can totally jump over when he's awake, but I don't want him rolling out by accident. So up till now, it took about 45 minutes. Obviously, it's faster if you're using the electric driver. But let's put the mattress on and see how that looks, and then we'll do a wrap-up. Okay, so here we are. As you can see, big enough for an adult to sit on it. I'm about 75 kilos right now, so yeah, it's definitely good enough for a kid. Actually, quality is pretty decent. If you've ever assembled an IKEA bed or an IKEA crib, it's basically like the same. It's just sort of in between. For example, on like the Tarva, the full-size bed that I did a video before, actually almost entirely the same, except there's like 1 bolt to hold on this side rail instead of 2. Things like that. It's just sort of 1 level up from the crib as well. So it uses the same nut sleeves, uses the same kind of bolts, etc. Quality-wise, the wood's pretty decent. It's nicely painted. It's like a step up from the untreated ones they have. But yeah, not too bad. As you can see, you can sit on it as an adult. Like if you want to sit down with your kid, it's not going to break. That's good to know, actually. And I actually checked, there should be enough space underneath here to fit like those under the bed boxes or the under the bed bins that they sell. I'll actually include a photo, I suppose, if I can. So as you can see, it can fit. Yeah, so not too bad. Overall, I think my kid's going to like it. So I am still worried about this side railing. Here's actually the extra one, and I measured. You have to cut off about this much if you want to get them to both fit. Something like this. Okay, so here you can see you would need to cut off about this much and then re-drill these holes somewhere down here. The actual location doesn't matter too much because it's just clamping on. But yeah, so I might end up doing that. If I do, I'll do a separate video. Okay, so what do you think? Any questions, any comments, please leave them below. Do consider subscribing. I've got a lot more IKEA stuff coming. As you saw at the beginning of the video, I got tons of stuff in my living room. I've got to get it all assembled, and I'm going to be filming it all in the next basically week and a half. So it's going to be pretty busy at night for me. Okay, see you guys next time. Bye. Having the stroller with me all the time up in the overhead bin. As soon as we get off the plane, pull it out, unfold it, and walk off. Literally that could save you 15-20 minutes right there.